Hi, welcome to our channel True Up. As we all know, the internet has already revolutionized our lives with the progressive growth and popularization of mobile internet. Now that the internet has permeated every area of our lives, nations all over the world are paying increasing attention to network security building, particularly in developing countries. Everything is interconnected now that we have entered the 5G network age, and 5G network security has surely been the center of everyone's attention. 5G technology was successfully launched in 2018, but owing to US participation in 5G research during the last 4 years, there has been no progress in globalization promotion. Huawei's 5G network technology is without a doubt the world's top in this industry, yet Huawei was quickly targeted and sanctioned. In the foreign market, the US not only refuses to utilize Huawei's 5G equipment, but also claims that Huawei's 5G equipment has security problems. However, a recent Russian measure has provided a ray of light for Huawei's 5G development and architecture. Mr. Teller, welcome to the channel. Telling the truth allows us to share current events while also expressing our views and insights. Mr. Teller is a person who combines news with thought. Huawei has begun to roll out 5G top services. With the rapid expansion of the global 5G network industry, the 5G market in many nations has now erupted. However, the Russian market is fast expanding. However, it abruptly ceased exporting to the domestic market. Without Nokia and Ericsson's 5G equipment, the building of the local 5G network would be hampered, but this also provides a chance for Huawei to create 5G. The sophisticated level of Huawei's 5G technology needs little self-evidence. Countries who refuse to collaborate have already experienced a sense of impotence as the world's sole manufacturer capable of providing end-to-end services. Previously, the United Kingdom stated, the reason they abandoned their 5G collaboration with Huawei was solely due to US pressure. As a result, they postponed the removal of the equipment for a half-year period, obviously beginning to regret it. The British telecom company Vodafone then said, with the present overall 5G development momentum in Europe, improving the existing process in China will take at least 10 years. And such a phrase is not an exaggeration. Renjengfei has always been low-key. Even if Huawei stops studying and developing 5G technology, it will take European and American countries 1 to 2 years to catch up. Furthermore, 2 years have passed, and the technological background has inevitably grown more extensive. Other 5G manufacturers will find it difficult to catch up in this period. At the moment, Huawei has begun to implement top business, laying the groundwork for future collaboration with other nations. As a result, the shift to the Russian market has completed 900 billion funds. Since March, US corporations have stopped cooperating with the Russian market one by one, and this trend has expanded to worldwide companies such as Samsung, TSMC, Nokia, Ericsson, and others. At the same time, the supply of software and hardware is disrupted directly to the local population. Life has had an influence, and it has also generated problems in the management of businesses. In the sector of communications, the Russian market has long been dominated by international companies. The suspension of collaboration between Nokia and Ericsson has posed significant challenges to the establishment of the local 5G network. The Russian market has been under unprecedented pressure as a result of the current exceptional scenario. To ease this problem, the Russian market has established a 900 billion ruble fund that will be used to assist local firms in developing the ICT industry. This money will be utilized to aid local businesses for technological research and development. Okay. Now, Huawei's assistance has reached Russia. Following the market's announcement of the location of the 900 billion money, Huawei, which backed the market, gave a wonderful gift, which well met its initial pledge and sent an order of $15 million to the local region. These orders mostly include relevant equipment for the construction of 5G networks. This decree was signed in 2021, according to relevant reports. As a result of the exceptional circumstance, many manufacturers, including Nokia and Ericsson, have halted the further supply of 5G equipment and are presently in the process of discontinuing it. The critical stage of 5G network building has definitely produced several challenges. Only Nokia, Ericsson, and Huawei have ZTE, which has the potential to develop a whole 5G network. Nokia and Ericsson have since ceased their collaboration, and ZTE has been unable to produce on time for a variety of reasons. The Russian market has likewise properly grasped the issue and taken the initiative. Upgrade Huawei to the position of first equipment supplier. The Russian market will naturally be able to attain regular 5G network coverage with the help of the world's most advanced 5G equipment manufacturers. Huawei's ability to provide the necessary equipment on schedule at such a critical time is sufficient to establish it as a trustworthy partner. Huawei has begun extensive collaboration with the Russian market. The Russian market also provided the highest return for Huawei, positioning it as the world's first trusted 5G supplier. In terms of worldwide reputation, Huawei clearly has a golden signboard, and Huawei and the Russian market have been cooperating for a long time. It has already begun, and there is a reason to be so confident in Huawei. Under the applicable prohibitions, all firms using US technology have been barred from cooperating with Huawei, and Huawei, naturally, cannot employ US technology and localize all components that can be replaced. Huawei successfully developed localized 5G module goods in 2019, which is also the major cause for Huawei to continue its market globalization without being hindered by applicable constraints. Those telecom carriers that reject Huawei will eventually pay the price. With the benefit of the Chinese market, Huawei's 5G market share has always been at the top. According to the most recent figures, Huawei's market share in telecom equipment remains as high as 28%, which Nokia and Ericsson cannot match. Following the restriction of Huawei's investment in the United States, the company has now invested all of its funds in the market, not only constructing a research and development center, but also cultivating many talents in the local market, which can promote deeper cooperation between the two countries. In short, since Russia lost Nokia and Ericsson, Huawei has unquestionably emerged as the strongest option for the domestic market. Now, Huawei delivers 5G equipment to the local market, which can not only win the local 5G market, but also supply the local market with the essential infrastructure. Huawei's assistance is a win-win situation for both sides. At the moment, Huawei's yearly expenditure in R&D stands among the top 3 among all technological companies. With such tenacity, I believe Huawei will continue to lead the communication market in the next 10 years. What are your thoughts on this? Thanks for watching our video. We would appreciate it if you subscribed our channel and gave us a thumb. See you.